Hello, Red Sox fans, and welcome to another CLNS Red Sox Roundtable. Alex Barth, joined by Nick Quaglia today, and we welcome back the Laser Show. Dustin Pedroia, set to play this weekend for the first time this season after knee surgery in the offseason, and it really comes at a good time as the Red Sox are, I don't want to say they're fading. They were playing worse a couple weeks ago, but feels like the team needs a shot in the arm. You start to get into the dog days of summer, and Dustin Pedroia can certainly be that guy. I will say, whatever he brings, and I feel like there will be a feeling out process coming back from the injury, but it's just going to be good to see number 15 back in the lineup, Nick.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And something that bothers me is just over the offseason, and even towards the end of last year, we know Red Sox last year, they just weren't likable. And a lot of people also attributed that to Dustin Pedroia. I'm excited to see this guy back on the field. I think he's going to bring a lot to the table, which we're going to talk about in a second. But I'm happy to get this guy on the table or back in the Red Sox lineup for multiple reasons.
So what are they? Because you say he's going to bring a lot. And yes, he'll be a presence in the clubhouse and help mentor the younger guys. But expand on that further. What do you mean by he'll bring a lot to the team?
So what I mean by that is, his offensive capability. I know he doesn't produce a lot of power, and he certainly produced more in the past. But the thing with Dustin Pedroia is he hits for average and he gets on base for you. He may not be as clutch as you want him to be, but he gets on base for you. And it frustrates me when I hear these people say, and all these so-called fans who say, oh, we got to get rid of Dustin Pedroia. I'm sick of him. Why are you sick of him? 105 games last year, 293 batting average. He's consistently sitting around 300 every single season. The guy is... Would you rather have somebody like Eduardo Nunez? Like, sure, maybe if you had a guy chasing him behind him who is looking bright for the future, maybe like a Rafael Devers type playing second base. If you had a guy who was sitting right there waiting to take a spot, that's a different story. But this guy produces around a 300 batting average every single season. And one thing that's just been hobbling him over these past couple of years has been this knee. He got the knee taken care of. I'm optimistic about that. And you brought up the clubhouse. I tweeted this earlier. Follow me at Nick Quag. Probably already popped up at this point underneath me. I think this guy, you don't see it too much on the cameras in the dugout. They don't show it a lot on TV. You get this bad taste in your mouth about Dustin Pedroia sometimes because of the way he talks to the media last year. Can I go home now? That was his quote. I have a feeling that this guy is a leader inside the clubhouse when the cameras aren't on him. People look up to this guy. He's been in the league for a long time now, MVP, Rookie of the Year.
But is that a good thing, Nick, that people look up to him? People look up to David Price. And we've seen how that's went. He's proven to kind of be, I'll use the Adam Jones term, the little leader. We all know what that means. The stuff against Baltimore last year, even going back to Bobby V, and granted, anybody can do whatever they want to Bobby Valentine. I don't care. The guy was a horrible manager. But he does have a little bit of a nasty streak, Dustin Pedroia does, and he's done enough for the team that I'm willing to look aside. But for the numbers, yes, he hit 293 last year, and that's great. And if he can do that again this year, I think that's as much as you can ask from him. And he's an all-time great Red Sox. I think should be in the Red Sox Hall of Fame. I think there's a discussion for the MLB Hall of Fame for Dustin Pedroia. But let's look at the facts. And Nick, I know you love to live in potential land, with all the potential trees, the possibility bushes. But let's look at the facts. He's 34 years old. He's coming off of major knee surgery. He still has the wrist problems. Those are never really going to go away at this point. And he hit 293, but that's down from 317 the year before. 293 is still good, but it's almost a 20-point. Yes, but it's almost a 20-point drop in the average. If my math is correct, that's an 18-point drop in the average. You bring him down another 18 points, that's in the low 270s. So I think he will help them out defensively. He's going to be better than the combination of Eduardo Nunez and Brock Holt. He is going to help the team. That is for sure. But I don't know about if they're going to put him right in the top two of the lineup. I don't know about that. I like Betts and Benintendi 1 and 2. I think you hit him lower in the lineup. You let him progress. It's going to take him some time. I know he's been playing in AAA, but Nick, I watched that Paw Sox game on Nesson the other day. It's hard to believe that AAA is a step away from the majors. Most of the top prospects now play in AA. AAA is really just rehab assignments and roster fodder. I've been watching a lot of the college conference tournaments, and it looked closer to the college game AAA did than to the majors. So, yes, he's been able to play some rehab games, but it's still going to be a feeling out process for him. It's going to take some time for him to get back his timing when it comes to major league pitching. I'm excited to have Dustin Pedroia back as a fan, but I don't know how much he adds to this lineup realistically. If he can come out and hit 270, 275, I think you chalk that up as a win. Anything above 280, above expectations for me.
You
at least to start. We can talk. I'm not talking about his overall season numbers, but if he's hitting 275 at the All-Star break and he's holding his own defensively, awesome. That's excellent. I think that's as much as you can ask for. And really, I think that's all they need. Now, they could certainly use more, but as long as he's doing that, they're in good shape.
Do you want to talk about nitpicking? You want to be upset about a 293 batting average over 105 games? Come on.
I'm not upset about it, but look at it in the context. He had 317 the year before.
That's
point. And so
I'm not going to get worried over that.
You're not worried about an 18-point drop in batting average, Nick?
No, to 293. Would you get upset if a guy went from 350 to 320? That's 30 points. That's more numbers.
I would be a little alarmed. Yes.
You're not going to get upset about that. That is absurd to be upset about that.
Do you realize how many fewer hits that is?
I don't. No, I don't. And quite frankly, I don't care. Now, you brought up the lineup, and yeah, I want to see Benintendi batting number 2 too. Benintendi over the past couple of weeks has quietly improved a lot. He had a slow start to the season. He's looking really good right now, and he's starting to get that pop back. I know a lot of people are worried about him getting a girlfriend, and maybe that was affecting him, but hey.
Benny boyfriend, baby.
Benny boyfriend. He's starting to hit the ball well. I'm fine with him hitting 7th. This is like, to me, this is like the... No. Dustin Pedroia. Okay. Dustin Pedroia, sorry. This is like the whole argument and conversation right now about what are you going to do with Jason Tatum when Gordon Hayward comes back. I'm not going to be upset with Jason Tatum coming off the bench when Gordon Hayward's there.
It's a little different. It's a little different, okay?
No, it's not. It's not because I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to be upset with Dustin Pedroia hitting 4 years
old to Gordon Hayward.
I'm not going to be upset. No, you're not getting what I'm saying. I'm not going to be upset with Dustin Pedroia.
Yes, it's a good problem to have.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. It's a good problem to have. Dustin Pedroia is going to be hitting 7th in your lineup. The bottom of the lineup's been a tough go of it so far in the season. Sandy Leon, Jackie Bradley Jr., and Eduardo Nunez, who looks like he forgot how to play baseball this offseason. Dustin Pedroia hitting 7th, that gives you some levity in the back end of the lineup, and I don't think you can be upset about that. Like you said, ease him back into the process, maybe move him up to 2nd later on in the season. But having him hit 7th, that's not a problem to me. That's a good thing.
And again, if your 7th hitter's hitting 275, you're in good shape. Where would you guys hit him? The viewers watching along on YouTube, let us know in the comments down below, and we'll have a conversation with you down there in the comments. One more thing, Nick, I want to bring up talking about Dustin Pedroia. The one thing I don't want to see them do with him, and I've kind of gone back and forth on this. This is how I feel today. I may not feel this way tomorrow. I really don't want to see him in the rotation at DH. I think he should be the second baseman, and that's it. I know you have to be careful with him with the knee injury and ease him back in, but I'd rather him have just flat-up days off because Moreland's been hitting the ball very well. We all know what JD Martinez has done. Hanley's been cold, but we all know that if Hanley locks in, he'll be good to go, and the way to lock Hanley in is not to put him on the bench. I think they have enough good things going right now with that rotation. They don't need to throw another guy into it. It's just going to result in them putting a good bat on the bench. And unless Pedroia proves that he can return to the form he was last year, either second base or day off for me. I don't want to see Dustin Pedroia in the DH spot.
Yeah, there's absolutely no way. And you took the words right out of my mouth. The rotation you have at DH it's almost too perfect right now. Mitch Moreland's hitting the crap out of the ball. Hanley Ramirez, you don't want to set him. You can play him at first base. He's a fine first baseman. And then there's JD Martinez, who we know how what season he's having so far. You don't want to screw with that. And Dustin Pedroia he's a fielder. He is a fielder. Get him back out there at second base. Get him locked in. Get him back in the motions of playing a major league season. And I mean, you pay me as an optimist. I'm not always an optimist, but I feel good about Dustin Pedroia. I feel real good about Dustin Pedroia.
Look, it's a feel-good story if he comes back and he's great. If not, he's a 34-year-old coming off knee surgery. I mean, what did you expect? But that'll do it for this roundtable. We'll see, of course, how Dustin Pedroia handles himself this weekend. For updates on all of it, make sure you follow us on Twitter at Red Sox CLNS and check us out online at clnsmedia.com. For Nick Quaglia, I'm Alex Barth. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time.